I am Manoj Arora from Peck University of Technology, Chandigarh. I am on Leon from IIT Roorkee there. I have recently joined there as director. As Professor Ray just mentioned that I am from the oldest college of this country. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just going to talk on, in general, quality of higher engineering education in India. Some recent quotes, if I may say. Our higher engineering education is not where we would like to see it in comparison to the world knowledge scenario. Whereas improvement of quality is central to any vision of higher education, which Ashok Thakurji recently said in one of the meetings. And at present, frankly, the quality and employability of the vast majority of our graduates are both questionable, as we have been listening to. This was stated by our Minister Shashi Tharoor. Let's look at some numbers. There are 89 technical universities in India. At UG level, 16% of the total are pursuing engineering and technology degree. And there are about 23 lakhs of engineering and BTech students. Total enrollment in PhD is just 15,000. And the ratio of engineering PhDs to science is 1:4, very, very low. But again, some numbers. In the ranking for 2012, India is the only BRIC country that has not found place in the first 200. In fact, India's share of the world publications in science and technology is mere 2.5% as compared to other leading nations. India's contribution to high impact research paper is less than 1%. So when we are talking of quality, Professor Ray just now touched upon the quality of research, and that's what is happening. In the case of China, the number of patents issued has increased from 10 to 260, whereas same numbers in India are 5 and 10 only. So are we really looking at the quality of higher education in India? In fact, there is an overall deterioration in the quality of engineering education due to acute shortage of faculty, poor laboratory and library facilities, and limited or absence of autonomy, which just now people mentioned here. These are some of the excerpts from minutes of the meeting of State Higher and Technical Education Secretaries held recently. They say training of teacher is a big challenge in the higher education sector. It is. The kind of mushroom of colleges which is coming up in the country, there the teachers who are getting employed are really not worth teaching in those institutions. So their training is important. Shortage is one of the major concerns. So what are the ingredients? As you might know, students, faculty, academic curricula, management of engineering education, accreditation system, and resource mobilization. As far as quality is concerned, JEE, GATE, people are coming through these examinations, but again, they are coached to clear this examination. Real analytical talent is missing. Allocation of programs, is it by choice or per force? Many a times students are admitted just by the choice of their parents. So we are not allowing them to think in the way they want to achieve a particular career. As far as teaching and evaluation is concerned, is single examination system is based or continuous evaluation is good? We have to ponder over it. As far as quality of faculty is concerned, shortage is there. Service conditions are not proper. Salary structure is poor. Now it is improving, but still it is not. It is insignificant in comparison to the people who are getting in industry. So not many good quality people are coming to teaching. So we are in IITs, for example. Even in IITs also, not good academicians are coming up. The talent of student is there, but the quality of teachers is not up to the mark as far as that is concerned. So on the top of it, we as a teacher don't have to just teach. We have to look for other things also if we really want to improve upon our teaching, for example, research, consultancy, extension services, and so on. Quality of academic curricula is also important. Every 5 years or 6 years, these kinds of upgradations should keep on happening, and we need to interact with the industry in what ultimately people would like them to be. So every 5 years or so, this kind of upgradation should take place. Governance, again, proper freedom has to be given to the institutes to really grow in a particular direction if they really want to achieve the quality in higher education. Is accreditation is the way forward? Maybe there also some question marks are there. Sometimes a lot of subjectivity is involved in accreditation. Sometimes the accreditation team which is coming over there is judging an institute which is, say, for example, 100 years old, and the people who are there coming to accredit, they are just 5 years or 10 years old standing institutions. So how would they accredit those kinds of institutions? So we can measure the quality in several ways. So as far as quality of students is concerned, it's not a major problem. There are things happening as far as entrance examination is concerned. Right now, JEE is a two-stage process wherein you can filter and then get quality students in various institutes. But again, that number is 2 to 3%. Faculty, we do need to provide them with greater research support to people who really do research. We have to motivate those people. We have to give some kinds of incentives to those people so that the research improves and hence the quality of the teaching also improves. So we need to create this kind of environment in the institution. And obviously, funding is a major issue as far as infrastructure is concerned. We just heard about the beautiful talk on acoustics. And some of the institutes are so old that I just wanted to talk to him regarding that if some oldest institutes are there, what solutions these people have to improve upon the acoustics of various lecture rooms over there. New institutes, you can start afresh, but in the old institutes, we need technology which can be really useful to improve upon our classrooms and so on. We need to strengthen industry-academia linkage. It is improving, but we have to do a lot as far as industry-academia interaction is concerned. We have to promote one full semester, 6 months training of the students. We have to take the students outside the classrooms to visit various industries. And of course, the use of ICT is going to be very important in the coming days as far as education, our education is concerned. Students there in the class are not just ready to listen to only the teachers. They just don't want blackboard kind of teaching because they don't want textbook kind of teaching. They want case studies in the lecture room. And these can happen only through these ICT technologies there. And of course, we have to, institutes who have long standing, they have to network with their alumni so that they also can contribute in bringing out the quality of higher education in that particular institute. Of course, greater autonomy has to be provided. So there is a need for well-trained, motivated teachers and researchers, innovative research for societal needs and new products, and we really have to innovate, do innovation in our teaching learning processes in order to really achieve the quality of technical education in India. Otherwise, we shall be producing thousands and thousands of engineers with an employment rate of only 25%. Those 75% of the engineering graduates which are coming out of the institutes are really worthless. We have to think over it.